Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. Well, my name is Jillian, the Love Angel, and welcome to my broadcast. Today is going to be part 2 with Ron Crigger, and I'm so excited. I got some juicy questions for you, and let's get this show started.
Okay,
How
sounds
are
good.
how are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Tuesdays are always my busiest day, but that's okay. I'm fitting you in.
I am fitting the world in. I feel that too. I'm like, oh, I even canceled my vet appointment for my dog because I'm like, these shows or anything that we can do, I can do. It's so imperative, right now. You know, this is our little way of contributing, um, to bring people more comfort, hopefully. That's my
Hmm.
intentions for this show.
Right. Okay.
So let's just keep going forward and see where this leads us. We don't plan anything, me and Ron, or anybody that will be in my future shows, because we like to keep it really spontaneous and authentic. So he's going to be getting some juicy questions today. Are you ready, Ron?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Okay. First, what are your intentions for this video, this call today?
Oh, what are my intentions for today for this call? I haven't even thought about it. Let's see. How about to raise the conscious of the viewer viewing us? That's my intention.
Beautiful. I love that. So, I guess just to pry you a little bit more, raising the consciousness. So reiterate a little bit on that.
Reunion. Always pushing.
Always pushing. I need to get it out of you. You got so
Oh, I
much
know,
to
I know.
offer.
So raising the consciousness. So raising your vibration is another way of saying it if you follow the law of attraction. But raising consciousness is becoming more awake to who you truly are. We truly are the divine. The divine flows through us. You are never disconnected from the divine. It's only us not aligning with the divine. The divine is always within us. It's whether you align with it or if you're out of alignment.
Mm-hmm. And so, just for the average person to understand that, so what would being out of alignment feel like?
You're in fear, turn that off. You're in fear. Sorry, my daughter was turning on the TV. You're out of sorts. Bad things happen to you. You don't know what's going on. You get triggered on the littlest things. That's out of alignment.
Right.
And
And really, that's probably the majority of people right now because, all this uncertainty, it's like all the paradigms are being crashed down. So yeah, I mean, so that would lead me to my next question. What do you project for the future of our world?
well, our future can change because we, as a collective, manifest our future. So we could have a world where anything can happen. You could be able to hop in your spaceship and go to, I don't know, Mars or Jupiter to colony. I don't know. That's very possible. That's one scenario that could happen. We as a collective can manifest any future that we want. Do we want a future of chaos and war like we've been going through for, gosh, since almost the beginning of time? Or do we want to have a future of peace, love, and where everybody's equal and abundant and loving? We can choose that. We can choose either one. So it's a matter of what everybody really wants. Now, to get to the place of love, peace, and everybody's abundant and everybody's happy all the time, we got to let go of the old paradigm. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Amen to that.
I know you got more questions now, because I kind of just gave you a broad picture of what we can manifest.
Yeah, and very well said. And that I think, okay, that most people, they want joy, they want peace, they want this utopia, that you just described. So okay, so what is some of the things that people can do in their own lives, in their own personal world at home, that they can, start this, that they're wanting, this joyful life, this, peace on earth? What is some of the things that they can do?
Well, first thing I just got was, just came in, is people need to realize that their neighbor, most neighbors and people around them are good. They want the same things they do, maybe in a little differently, but they don't want any ill will against you. I mean, it's the people that are causing all this chaos right now are really not that many, are very few, really. The majority of the people out there aren't out protesting, destroying businesses. It's just a very few. It's just, I live in Spokane, Washington, and northern Idaho for years was known as one of the neo-Nazi hate places in the world, like Coeur d'Alene. And it was only about 100 people out of 150,000 people. So 100 people, let's cross that. 100 people made everybody think that northern Idaho was racist, and they aren't. It was 100 people that had a 20 or 30 acre compound in northern Idaho that, because of free speech and everything like that, did their marches every year downtown Coeur d'Alene, and everybody in the United States thought everybody in northern Idaho was racist.
Yes.
So what can we do? Love your neighbor just like you love yourself. Go within and do your research when I'd actually stop watching the news if I were you. But if you do watch the news, verify. Do your own research and dig deep and go, is this really true?
I love that.
Because the media makes our business on fear. Fear is very, very addictive. If you were, their newscasts are probably 95% bad and one or two stories that are good.
Yeah, fear is a hot sell.
Watch the news. Watch the news.
Yeah.
And you know I'm right because it's true. They base their that's how they keep you coming back is because fear. Oh no, what's going to happen? What's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? They
Right.
they drum up crap. You know, the most of the protests are probably 10, 15 people, and they make it sound like there's 1,000 people. You know, there are huge protests, don't get me wrong, but majority of the crap they show is a little minute cell that is blowing up the entire world for nothing.
You know, that's
For good.
one of the reasons I wanted to do this show was that this is something I want to keep it on the positive, and people are just so longing for that right now. You know, you click on the news and it's just one horror story after another, and a lot of it we're finding out are lies, over exaggerated. You know, information coming at us. What, you know, people want some certainty. They want to be able to rely, have trust. That's a big one. So yeah,
Trust is a huge
one of the
blocker. That most people are out of trust in the collective. Most people, and that's an unconscious program that is blocking you to be prosperous. I'll just tell you that. So
yes, absolutely. And you know, I would say to go within your own divinity, your own power. You know, what breathes you right now? What gave you life? That's with the power that Ron and I are talking about when we say that divinity. What breathes you? What, you know, designed your body? That's divinity. And so, you know, I always recommend don't watch the news, especially, you know, it's so negative. It's of course going to make you feel scared and uptight. But I understand, you know, you want to keep up with the global, worldly, especially what's going on right now, events. Um, so if you do, you know, watch the news, it's all in, you know, moderation. And by all means, when you're done watching it, go into that divinity, that place, and, you know, balance yourself out.
let me share a trick that I learned from one of my friends, Stephanie Lodge.
Ooh,
When you're reading something or watching the news, this is a download that she got directly from the divine. But it's an amazing trick. When you know you're going into adversity, say, what I gaze upon, may it be blessed.
Yeah, I love that.
Let me repeat that. What I gaze upon, may it be blessed.
Breathe that
Feel
in.
into that for a minute. Can
Yeah,
you feel that coming in?
most definitely. And you know, a lot of this that Ron and I share, it's a skill. I mean, we didn't just get this information and boom, became, you know, in harmony with it. You know, we didn't see instant results, even though you do, but I mean on a manifestation level, you feel a difference as in you're calmer, you're more in peace, and you're happier. But, you know, and on a manifestation level, to be able to create, be a powerful, deliberate creator, that takes time. It's a skill, you know? So, yeah, I mean, that's another reason I'm sure you're going to agree with this, Ron, is to get this information out there. Because originally you were talking about it's a collective manifestation, our world that we live in today.
Right.
It's from, you know, it's a collective consciousness
Right.
that is
And
created.
it's always for the greatest good of all. You got to remember that. It's always for the greatest good of all. So if You don't get exactly what you want to manifest in the law of attraction. It's probably, well, I know it is. It is because you manifested what is the greatest good for all. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Oh, most definitely. We're affecting each other every moment of the day.
Right.
What we feel is being broadcast. You know, that's why it's what's so important for me, and Ron's the same way. It's like, look, let's just, even though we have busy schedules, to spend a half an hour and put this information out there, you know,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Well, let's see. This is a good question for you. What do
See,
you?
you're prepared. I'm not prepared at all. I'm just
That's
like,
good. That's good because you know why? You're really that's one of your specialties is to be spontaneous, and so
exactly. Yes, I drive a lot of people crazy like that because I allow it to just flow through. My
okay.
intention
I
is
want
to
you to
give
talk more about that. Let
now.
let let the listeners know more. I love this. Where you're going. Your specialty is
My specialty, I really don't have a specialty because I allow the divine to put me in a place where I need to be. So let's say, can I use your story? Just the recent one, or that's probably too personal. Let me see. I'll use a hypothetical one. So say you're a single mom that's been abused. A lot of women are attracted to me because I am so divinely guided and so kind and patient with them and loving. So I just allow the divine to flow through where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to heal. I don't literally do not plan a coaching call. I show up how I'm supposed to be and just with an open heart.
you live in the moment,
Mhm.
and you know what I'm hearing you say is you're an open channel for the divinity to come through you,
Mhm.
right? I
Yes,
love that.
yes. So I never know what's going to come through. Never. So when I do a meditation, even though I've done them several times, it's always different. I never do the same meditation twice because it's for that one specific situation.
Right.
So,
That's beautiful.
and when I do a
Um,
correction, it's always different also.
you want to explain a little bit what a correction is before we move on to the next juicy
A
question?
correction in the unconscious, it's an unconscious program. Everybody has them. My mentor, Sandra and Danielle, have been doing it for 40 years, and they still have programs. Picture an onion, and what you're doing with a correction is you you're peeling off each layer. You're getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So, they now the smaller the onion, the better your life. You released all this karmic baggage that you brought with you into this lifetime from your past lives and your ancestors. You not only have your programs, you also have your ancestors' programs too. So it's just, yeah.
We're
So
complex.
very complex. That's why I always tell, we tell people, you will never be totally done because we're expanding and we're healing. We're all healing, you know.
And
We come down, we come down to earth to experience. So why not experience love, joy, and peace instead of hate and lack? because it's your choice.
Sometimes is, we're experiencing hate, fear, anger, all the icky lower experiences, because it's all part of evolving. It's all part of expansion, growth. So, really, if you didn't experience hate and fear and all those, lower vibratory frequencies, you wouldn't strive and you wouldn't know when you are feeling joy and love, compassion. You wouldn't even have anything to be able to measure it, to be able to compare it is so important as well, And there's a lot of people that are here, and that is their soul contract, is to cause fear and pain. But I really strongly believe that in the majority of people, okay? Well, you were saying that. I think that's a minority of this fear and hate, and I do believe as a collective that we're the majority that is like, we're done experiencing the hate and the fear and all the icky. We are done. We've already experienced it, and it's time for us to evolve and to move on to those higher frequency states of being.
Right. And once you move up in your frequency and you get your corrections, you no longer attract that low vibration because you're on a different frequency.
Mm-hmm.
You're totally in a different space from where that fear and lack is. It's like I said the last time, turning a radio dial. You're tuning into a higher vibration.
Yes. And the, it's still going to exist, but, as a lot of the masters say, you can be in the world, but not of the world. So, but what I'm saying is, it's not like you'll ever get to a point where you're just thinking happy thoughts 24/7. I mean, unfortunately, it don't work that way. That, bad things are going to come up still in our life, but it's how we handle that and,
Right.
process through it.
Right, exactly. And when those come up, a good way to stop the process is go, like say somebody is angry at you or yelling, and instead of focusing on them, stop and go, okay, what in me attracted this to me?
Yes.
Because you're looking at a mirror image of a program. So look at it and go, huh, that's interesting. What is causing this? What in my life is causing this? Is it
Beautiful. Yes.
is it watching the news all the time? Is it listening to fake politicians and people lying to you in the news?
Oh, so much hate. So much
Yes.
hate. Of course, that's gonna come out of you, we're like monkey see, monkey do, but with the energy as well. And yeah, so I definitely, hey, I want to hear though, because we are getting down to that time. I'm really curious and would love to hear, what is your projection of the future? And, if you can, it doesn't have to be 20, 30 years future, even, 6 months down the road. What is your projection? What is your wants? What, if you had a magic wand, which you do, what are you seeing for the future in 6 months, maybe a year?
My future or everybody else's?
Yours, Ron Crigger's. And
Oh,
if you can have it your way. How do you see it?
I see myself traveling the world. I thought I was going to be traveling the world this year.
So
But
on a global, hon. So if you're seeing yourself traveling, how is your experience when wherever you're going to? How's your experience? Because I would like to hear globally what you're projecting, what you're seeing, because you were talking about we have to focus our reality in the way we want it. So,
Right.
you know, what are your projections? What do you focus on?
What am I focused on? I am focused on a very abundant life. I mean, 2020 for me has been amazing. I have not felt lack. I'm actually making more money than I was the year before. Um, the only thing changed in the shutdown was I couldn't get a haircut for like 2 months, but I'm fine. I'm learning. I'm expanding. I didn't get to go to Maui this year yet. That annoys me a little bit, but I'll get there. You know,
So you see yourself traveling, and you just brought up Maui. So what does this world look like to you as
full
you
of
project to
abundance,
the future?
unlimited abundance everywhere. That's what my future looks like. Unlimited abundance everywhere in all aspects of my life. Love, family, money, travel, everything.
Beautiful. And you're saying you see that for everyone.
Well, if they choose it, they can choose it. I choose it. That is going to that is going to be my life. Their life, they have to choose what they want. And they have to really want what they want.
Hmm.
But that is going to be my future. Now their future, I can't say, oh, Joe Blow is going to be driving a Lamborghini in Italy.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, I
it is.
know that, Ron. I guess this is the way I can just come from myself. It's the way that I picture the world
Right.
in 6 months' time, a year from
Do do
now.
do I think that everybody is going to be abundant? Yes. But they have to choose that. That's the key. Because we have free will. If you stay in lack and stay stuck, you're gonna be stuck.
You
You know,
know,
my
uh,
favorite saying is God can't drive a parked car. You got to get behind the wheel, give it gas. He'll guide you, but you got to get behind the wheel, put it in gear, and go.
yes, and Ron and I both, where we want to get this information out there on how to drive the car. And, for me, um, my global focus is for the future is just like yours, where more and more and more people are waking up and um, teaching as many people as possible, all you coaches, all you, teachers, to get this information out as quickly as we can, because I really feel these times that we're living in are the golden opportunity for
The
these,
golden age.
yes, I really feel that. And so that's kind of my personal focus is more and more people waking up to this so we can create the utopia world. So,
Yes, and it is happening. It's just is it going to happen by next year? That'd be great. I don't know if it will, but that'd be great.
well, I think that we're moving into these times faster, quicker
Oh
than ever
yes,
before. And
oh yes,
yeah,
we
so,
are.
okay, my lovely dear friends, I think our minutes are up, so we're gonna have to say goodbye for now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My daughter needs a Zoom call for school, so
Uh,
so
um, okay, well, things are getting better, everyone. And
Well,
I just want
absolutely.
to leave everybody off with this one thing is to always look for the good in any situation.
Absolutely.
And you'll just see how much better you will start feeling instead of looking at the bad and the unwanted, to look at what's going right and what is good.
Right. I will leave with that also. You know, there is good in everything, and there is always a way. Always.
Mm. And I strongly believe love is the true solution, is the answer.
Love is the most powerful thing in the world,
Yes.
hands down.
All right. On that note, I'm going to be signing off. Jillian the Love Angel and my beautiful
Bye.
friend, Ron Crigger.
Namaste.